The most powerful object in ancient history wasn't a weapon or a crown. It was a gold-covered chest that even kings weren't allowed to touch. And the strange part? We know exactly how to build it, but no one knows where it went.
You know what fascinates me about the Ark of the Covenant? The incredibly specific safety protocols. It's like reading modern handling instructions for hazardous materials.
Exactly, and these weren't vague guidelines. The ancient texts spell out precise measurements, materials, and strict rules about who could even approach it. We're talking about a chest made of acacia wood, covered in pure gold with two golden cherubim on top facing each other.
And the way they transported it, using special wooden poles through golden rings, never touching it directly. It's almost like they were handling something radioactive.
Well, that's where things get really interesting. The texts describe multiple incidents where unauthorized contact resulted in immediate death. When it was carried into battle, entire armies were defeated. There are even accounts of what sound like radiation burns.
So you have to wonder, were these just religious metaphors, or were they trying to describe something they didn't fully understand?
Right, and here's what's particularly strange. Inside this elaborately protected container were supposedly 3 items: the stone tablets with the 10 Commandments, Aaron's staff, and this mysterious substance called manna. But the Ark itself seemed more dangerous than its contents.
The level of containment is fascinating, kept in darkness, behind curtains, and eventually in the Holy of Holies, where only one person could enter once a year.
And then, poof, it vanishes from history. No record of destruction, no account of capture, nothing. Here's this incredibly important object, kept in Solomon's temple, and suddenly complete silence. How does something that significant just disappear without anyone writing about it?
That's where the Knights Templar connection gets interesting, right? They show up centuries later, get unprecedented access to the Temple Mount, and suddenly become extraordinarily wealthy and powerful.
Exactly, and we're talking about a massive leap in influence. Historical records show the Templars went from a small military order to basically running a medieval banking empire. They spent years excavating under the Temple Mount, and shortly after, their power exploded.
Well, that certainly adds another layer to the mystery. But what about the Ethiopian claim? They've been saying for centuries they have the actual Ark.
Oh man, that's one of the most intriguing aspects. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church maintains this chapel in Axum, where they claim the Ark is kept. It's guarded by a single monk who never leaves the grounds and is the only person allowed to see it. When he's near death, he alone chooses his successor.
The lengths they go to maintain secrecy around it. If it's not real, why such elaborate measures for centuries?
You know what really makes me think? Some researchers have suggested the Ark might have been some kind of ancient technology, possibly a capacitor or energy storage device. The descriptions of its effects, the careful handling procedures, the isolation requirements, it all fits with electrical phenomena.
That would certainly explain why it needed such careful handling and why it was kept in isolation. But it also raises more questions about its origin and purpose.
Think about this. If the Ark was actually some form of advanced technology, it might explain why it disappeared so completely. Maybe it wasn't lost. Maybe it was deliberately hidden because it represented knowledge that could be dangerous or disruptive to the established order.
So what you're suggesting is that some ancient civilizations might have had access to technology they couldn't fully understand or control.
Exactly, and maybe that's why the mystery persists. Whether it was a divine object, ancient technology, or something we still can't categorize, its impact on human history is undeniable. And perhaps some mysteries are better left unsolved.
Well, that's a sobering thought, that some knowledge might be too dangerous for humanity to handle, even today.
And maybe that's the real legacy of the Ark, not just as a religious symbol or potential source of